Everyone, and welcome to today's video. So today we've got 3 exercises that are designed to improve your speed and accuracy within legato playing. I've kind of staged them to go up in difficulty as we go through them. The third one being a fairly unconventional, more mind to muscle, probably the most useful of the 3 actually, but a little bit less conventional in terms of the exercise itself. But if we jump straight in on our first exercise, this is designed to target the ring and pinky finger to get some more finger independence going there. Typically what a lot of people find when they do 3-note per string playing, the finger grouping that uses first, third and pinky can be a little bit weaker than the first, middle and pinky. So what we're going to do is isolate these 2 fingers with a view to really just trying to get some more independence here. So we're going to take our third finger and place it on fret 1 of the E string, and then we're going to hammer on to fret 2 of the E string with our little finger. We're going to repeat that on every string then, and then once we get here, move up a fret and we'll pull off coming back. And whilst you're probably not actually going to use this in a musical context all that much, as I say, this will really help whenever we're doing this kind of shape. It's really going to help the independence between those 2 there and really kind of up the fluidity within our legato playing. Once you've taken it down and back up, you can continue it up and down the neck, and really just trying to aim for consistency of tone, of velocity. The speed isn't so much an issue with this one. This is really just to avoid the pinky wanting to join in when the third finger is being played and vice versa. So our second exercise is probably the most conventional of the 3, and this looks at the finger groupings that are involved in the 3-note per string style of legato playing. And there's 3 groupings here that we can use. We can take our first, middle and pinky and play. So like if I start from fret 5, I could go 5, 6 and 8, which gives us a first, minor second, minor third. I could go 5, 7 and 9, so open that shape up and have a frets gap between our first and middle finger. Or I could take my first, third and pinky and play 5, 7 and 8. And between those 3 shapes there, that will give us everything we need for 3-note per string playing in every mode, in our primary mode family that is anyway. And what we can do here, we're just going to take these out of a modal context for a second, choose one shape and just play it on every string. So we're going to start by picking, if I do the first, third pinky example, 5, 7 and 8, I'm going to pick fret 5, hammer on third, hammer on pinky. And continue that through the strings. I'm going to try and avoid any of the other strings ringing out whilst we do this as well. Obviously you can do this with a metronome, set it to whatever speed feels comfortable, do a few reps, stack it up by 10 BPM, very similar to how you might approach a weight training program in the gym if that's your kind of thing. So when it comes to the pull-offs coming back up, we can either just reverse what we've done, or if you want something that's a little bit more musical, a bit more usable in a musical context maybe, quite a common pattern that we see people using is where we take the little finger, pull off to the first finger, hammer on third finger, hammer on little finger, pull off little finger, pull off third finger. So all together. And that would translate to any of the other 2 shapes as well. If you're using your first and middle finger, say in the wide shape for example, just kind of copy and paste that finger grouping pattern first, second and third fingers, and then you can take that through the string. And then you can pair that, so you were to go down 1 fret, back up again, move up a fret, down, back up again, and so on. So altogether that would look like that kind of thing. So our third exercise I feel is probably the most useful, probably also one of the most overlooked. I've not seen many people talking about this exercise too much, but really designed to improve that mind to muscle connection, and make sure that the right finger that we want to do is doing the right job at the time we tell it to do so. So for this we don't actually need our right hand at all, so I can roll the volume completely off. I'm going to start by placing a finger on adjacent frets on our E string. So I'm going to go 5, 6, 7 and 8, first, middle, third, pinky, and this is all on the same string, all on our E string for now. So first off, we're going to, keeping our middle finger and our little finger where they are, we want to lift our first and third finger up. And we want to do this at the same time, and we don't want to have any staggered motion like that. It wants to be up together. Then we're going to bring them over and we're going to place them on the same frets on the A string, and they want to go down together as well, no more staggered motion. Then we're going to do the same with our middle and pinky. So leaving the first and third where they are, we're then going to lift the middle and pinky up at the same time, bring them down a string, and then we repeat this pattern to work through the strings like this. Move up a fret and walk back up. You could also pair this exercise in other finger pairings. So there we did first and third, middle and pinky. But if you wanted to do first and pinky, middle and third, go for like an inside-outside kind of thing. Or you could also go first and middle, third and pinky, so like a left and right kind of approach. If you wanted to kind of change things up a little bit. I would say that's probably the most useful exercise of the three. It's also silent, so if you're practicing this kind of thing in front of the TV, which is something I would recommend for legato practice, it means you can watch it without that kind of thing going on in the background. If you are doing that, you want to make sure that you can still kind of pay enough attention to what your hands are doing to make sure that you are doing the exercise correctly, but also that you can kind of divert enough brain power to enjoy whatever it is that you're watching. So that was a look at 3 exercises that you can incorporate into a legato practice routine if you're looking to improve accuracy and fluidity within your legato playing. Legato is one of those topics that you could make a whole series of videos on and still leave stones unturned. So if anyone's got any questions, do let me know in the comment section. There can be things like where to place the thumb with the left hand, how to pick with the right hand, whether you cross pick, whether you hybrid pick, whether you don't use a pick at all, how to kind of do muting. There's all sorts of factors that go into legato. So if anyone would like a more detailed video or has any questions of that kind of nature, do let me know in the comment section. With that said, if you did enjoy the video, please do click like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.